Namaskar. Welcome to the State Council of Educational Research and Training, Bihar, Patna. Students, today we are going to do the next poem of the Rainbow Part 2 of class 12 of your English book. That is, the poem's name is Snake. It is chapter 9 of the poem section. So, as usual, before starting the poem, we will see some introduction about the poet, that is D. H. Lawrence. So, you can open your books to the page number, that is 166. So, we will see the introduction part. So, here is the introduction about D. H. Lawrence. His full name was David Herbert Lawrence. He was born in 1885 and he died in 1930. He was a poet, a novelist, a short story writer and an essayist. Means he wrote poems. Let me first read it for you. An essayist grew up amid the strife between his gentle and educated mother and his coarse miner father. As a youth in Nottinghamshire mining village of Eastwood, Lawrence resented the rough ways of his drunken father and adopted his mother's refined values as his own. जैसा हम देख सकते हैं यहाँ D.H. लॉरेंस के बारे में बताया गया है. He was a poet, he wrote poems, he also wrote novels, he wrote short stories and also essays. And when he was growing up, during his childhood, he had to face a problem that was a continuous fight between his father and mother. All the time they had arguments. The environment in the house was not so peaceful, and because they both had two types of mentality. His mother was very gentle and educated, and his father was a miner in the mines of the village of Eastwood. So, they both had a different types of mentality, and so most of the times there was the differences between them and they had fights, and in that environment D. H. Lawrence was growing up. As a youth in Nottinghamshire mining village of Eastwood, Lawrence resented. At first, he resented the rough ways of his father. His father came from work drunk. जैसा कि हम लोग अपने यहाँ अभी अब तो नहीं, लेकिन कुछ कहीं कहीं हम लोग सुनते हैं, देखते हैं कि लोग जो लेबर क्लास होते हैं वो मेहनत करते तो हैं, लेकिन उसको फिर ड्रिंक करने में उड़ा देते हैं और परिवार जो है वो भूखा रह जाता है या दुखी रहता है, परेशान रहता है. लाइकवाइज in that time Lawrence's father also, when he came from work, he was always drunk, and because of his mother's upbringing, mother was educated and refined lady, so Lawrence did not like his father's ways. He resented, वो विरोध करते थे, उन्हें अच्छा नहीं लगता था the rough ways of his father, and adopted his mother's refined values as his own. And Lawrence, while he was young, he liked the values of his mother, the moral values of the gentle lady. He loved that thing, and he adopted her mother's values and liked the way she brought him up. So, next line we will see. However, as he grew in maturity as a writer, he rejected the gentility his mother represented and began to see his father's earthiness as a virtue. He wrote of primitive and natural passions and trying to show his instinctive forces in man that might bring happiness. In his writings, he emerged as a champion of instinct. When he was growing, as he grew up older, when he became a little bit more matured, and when he started his career as a writer, that time gradually he rejected the gentility of his mother, because when he came face to face with the world, that time he felt that the values of the his father's ways, he thought that they were more earthy and they were more he took them as a virtue, that these things will only make you live in the world. According to him, as he thought that these things would make him survive in the world, not his mother's polite and gentle ways. So, then he at that time he rejected the gentility of his mother. He wrote of primitive and natural passions, and when he came to writing as a writer, he liked to write from the ancient things, the old things and natural passions of he loved the nature's passion, and he tried to show instinctive forces, जो स्वाभाविक जो अपने अंदर से जो forces होते हैं, he wrote about them in man, and that might bring happiness, जो उन्हें खुशी देता था. वो सोचते थे कि कोई बनावटीपन नहीं हो, जो इंस्टिंक्ट जो अपने आप स्वाभाविक हो, उसी के बारे में वो लिखते थे. In his writings he emerged as a champion of instinct, और यही स्वाभाविकता जो उनके काम में था, that made him become a champion in his field, and he had a recognition for that only, that he wrote of the instincts of mankind. Means he did not write anything fake, he did not write anything that was not real. He wrote whatever was एक स्वाभाविक जो होता है इंसान के अंदर, जो स्वभाव होता है, उसके बारे में वो लिखना पसंद करते थे. His important works include a collection of poems which was written and published in 1909, A White Peacock 1911, The Trespasser 1912, Sons and Lovers in 1913, The Rainbow in 1915, Plumed Serpent 1926, Lady Chatterley's Love 1926. In the present poem Snake, Lawrence exalts the values of primitive life and denounces the shams and artificialities of modern life. So, these are the few works which have been shown in your this introduction part, you can see in your book. And the present poem The Snake is you can see it shows, वो दर्शाता है, exalts the values of primitive life, जो man का, इंसान का जो पहले का, जो अभी बनावटी नहीं और आजकल की दुनिया का नहीं, पहले का जो लाइफ था उसके बारे में वो दर्शाता है. ये पोएम जो है उस इंसान का सोच क्या था पहले, क्या लोग सोचते थे ये अपने आसपास के जानवरों के प्रति, ये दिखाता था. And then last line we will see, Lawrence exalts the values of primitive life and denounces the shams and artificialities of modern life. और उन्हें जो आर्टिफिशियल है, जो बनावटीपन है, जो दिखावा है मॉडर्न सिविलाइज्ड लाइफ का, वो उन्हें पसंद नहीं था, वो उसके बारे में वो अच्छा नहीं समझते थे. सो वो इनके स्नेक में हम लोग यही देखेंगे अभी कि किस तरह से जो पोएट है वो स्नेक को देखता है और किस तरह से रिएक्ट करता है, क्या वैल्यूज़ है उसके अंदर, ये हम लोग अब देखेंगे. तो लेट्स स्टार्ट द पोएम. सो द फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ, you can see some pictures also that will help you in understanding the poem. A snake came to my water trough on a hot day, and I in pajamas for the heat to drink there. क्या है, बहुत ही सिंपल, और नीचे वाटर ट्रॉफ का मैंने मीनिंग भी रखा है वहाँ, आप लोग देख सकते हैं. वाटर ट्रॉफ क्या होता है, वो एक कंटेनर जो कि किसी चीज़ का भी हो सकता है. यहाँ पोएम में चूँकि वो स्टोन का है तो यहाँ स्टोन का ही है, पिक्चर में भी वो मे बी इट कैन बी ऑफ एनीथिंग, वुडन हो सकता है या प्लास्टिक का, कुछ भी हो सकता है जिसमें जानवर खाते या पीते हैं. तो अ स्नेक केम टू माई वाटर ट्रॉफ, वहाँ पोएट के यहाँ कोई वाटर ट्रॉफ रखा होगा, वहाँ पे एक स्नेक आया और बहुत ही, इट वॉज अ वेरी हॉट डे. यू कैन सी द वर्ड हॉट ट्वाइस, दैट मीन्स द पोएट इज emphasizing on the day that it was very hot. It was not a normal day, it was not a pleasant day, it was a very hot day, and that's why the poet is saying that, and I in pajamas for the heat, and because of the excessive heat he was in pajamas, that is a very comfortable cloth worn during the summers. So the poet is saying that on a hot day and I in pajamas for the heat to drink there. He also, the poet also went there to the water trough to drink water, and there he is seeing that a snake is already lying. Snake एक वहाँ पहले से आया हुआ है पानी पीने के लिए. In the deep strange scented shade of the great dark carob tree, I came down the steps with my pitcher and must stand and wait, for there he was at the trough before me. तो पोएट यहाँ बोल रहे हैं, कह रहे हैं कि और उस जगह पे इन द डीप स्ट्रेंज सेंटेड शेड ऑफ द डार्क कैरब ट्री. कैरब ट्री क्या होता है? एक सदर्न यूरोपियन ट्री है जो कि उसके डार्क ब्राउन कलर के फ्रूट्स होते हैं. आप देख सकते हैं एक पेड़ है जिसमें फ्रूट्स उसका ब्राउन होता है और ये यूरोप में ही पाए जाते हैं, दिस काइंड ऑफ ट्रीज. तो इसमें थोड़ा एक अलग तरह का एक सेंट निकलता है, तो और उसका शेड बहुत घना होता है. तो पोएट कह रहे हैं इन द डीप स्ट्रेंज सेंटेड शेड ऑफ द ग्रेट कैरब ट्री. कैरब ट्री होगा शायद वहाँ पे उनके घर के पास जहाँ पे भी वो रखा हुआ था वाटर ट्रॉप. I came down the steps with my pitcher. The poet was also coming to drink water, to have water with his pitcher. Pitcher हम अपने घर के भाषा में उसको एक आप समझ लीजिए छोटा सा घड़ा के बारे में, मिट्टी का बर्तन. तो poet also came with the pitcher to have water to drink, and then he saw the snake there. So he is saying that and must wait because he was the second one to come. He was not the first. First already there was a snake there. तो he is saying that I and must wait and must stand. मुझे wait करना है. I have to stand and wait in the queue because there is somebody already there to drink water. And wait there, for there he was at the trough before me, because he was there. He means he is addressed, he is told about the snake here. तो he was at the trough before me. पहले से ही वहाँ पे वाटर ट्रॉफ के पास कोई और पानी पीने के लिए आया हुआ है. That's why I have to wait. तो here we can see that the poet has such a concern for the small creatures also. You can see he has love for the small creatures around him. If he would have wanted to drink water, he must have chased the snake away, or he must have killed the snake, or he did not wait. He need not to wait for the snake to drink first and then he will drink. This was not to happen. But because of his humbleness, because of his politeness, he waited for the snake to drink the water, and then he thought that I was a second comer, so I have to wait for my turn. He reached down from a fissure in the earth wall in the gloom and trailed his yellow-brown slackness soft belly down over the edge of the stone trough and rested his throat upon the stone bottom. You can see the words also here, some difficult words. Fissure is a deep crack or gap, as you can see in the picture. It can be in the wall also, it can be on the ground also. And gloom is a feeling of sadness or without hope, something. And trailed is pulled behind, something is going, and when you suppose you are pulling it behind, you are trailing that thing towards you. So he reached down from a fissure in the earth wall in the gloom. वो poet कह रहे हैं कि वो वहाँ कैसे आया था? How did he come? He came from a fissure in the earth wall. There was some crack in the wall, and he came from that fissure because it was so hot. Then the snake was also feeling thirsty. He also wanted to drink. So he came out of the wall, out of the fissure, out of that hole to have water, and trailed his yellow-brown slackness soft bellied down. So if you have seen a snake, आपने अगर सांप देखा है तो देखा जरूर होगा, ऐसा दिखता है और कि उसके पेट के तरफ काफ़ी चिकना होता है, and they are the part is the skin is very soft. When they crawl, the belly is on the ground and they crawl. तो वो जगह बहुत सॉफ्ट होता है. तो क्या पोएट कह रहे हैं कि द स्नेक केम आउट ऑफ द फिशर एंड ही ड्रैग्ड हिज tail also behind him. Obviously, when when the snake was coming out, the tail will come behind him. But here the poet is saying trailed because the snake is thirsty. He is tired. It is looking that he is dragging his whole body behind him when he is coming to have water, to drink water. So and trailed his yellow brown slackness soft bellied down over the edge of the stone trough. और आया ही बाहर ही नहीं निकला, वो स्टोन ट्रफ के ऊपर अपना पूरा बेली को घसीटते हुए रेंगते हुए वो उसके एज पर, उसके किनारे पे वो चढ़ गया. वो जो स्टोन ट्रफ था, स्टोन ट्रफ क्या बताया मैंने, नाद जिसमें जानवर कैटल्स पानी पीते हैं खाते हैं, दैट इज स्टोन ट्रफ. तो over the edge of the stone trough and rested his throat upon the stone bottom. और उसके बाद what did the snake do? He came, he dragged himself out of the hole, he laid himself on the edge of the stone trough, and then he put his head down, his throat down the bottom of that place of the trough where there was water in a little hole. He kept his throat there just to drink water. Here we can mark that the poet is showing that the snake is not afraid of him. Because of the thirst, his fear has gone away. The snake is so thirsty that he has overlooked the fear that a man is also standing and he can harm him, he can hit him or kill him. The snake is not afraid of that. He is just waiting. He is just having his own time, he is just drinking, and the poet is waiting. This is kind of something humorous over here, that the snake is not afraid, but the man is waiting for the snake to drink water. And where the water had dripped from the tap in a small clearness, he sipped with his straight mouth, softly drank through his straight gums into his slack long body, silently. Someone was before me at my water trough, and I, like a second comer, waiting. Here the hard difficult word is dripped, that is falling in small drops. And जैसे टप 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 पानी हमारे नल से कभी गिरने लगता है, that is called dripping. Sipped means थोड़ा थोड़ा घूट घूट करके पीना, taking only a very small amount of liquid into your mouth at a time. We don't sip water, we sip tea. हम लोग सिप चाय को चुस्की लेके थोड़ा थोड़ा पीते हैं, लेकिन पानी को हम लोग ड्रिंक करते हैं. सिपिंग मीन्स हैविंग लिटिल बाय लिटिल, थोड़ा थोड़ा अमाउंट में. तो and where the water had dripped from the tap, there was a tap, and then there was a water trough, and some water had fell down, it had dripped from the tap, टप टप करके गिरा होगा नीचे, और एक छोटा सा जगह वहाँ साफ जगह था, क्लियरनेस था, वहाँ वो पानी जमा था. तो what did the snake do? Snake, he sipped with his straight mouth. वो अपना मुंह सीधा उस जो क्लियरनेस था जहाँ पानी जमा था वहाँ से वो पानी घूट घूट करके पीने लगा. The snake sipped some water from there, softly drank through his straight gums. और पानी जब लिया तो उसको उसके गम्स से, उसके माउथ के गम से, उसके नेक से, उसके हिज इनटू हिज स्लैक लॉन्ग बॉडी, लंबा जो उसका बॉडी था उससे पानी अंदर जाने लगा. धीरे 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 वो सिप सिप करके पानी पीने लगा. और द पोएट, see the poet is as if he is watching everything. He is seeing that the water is going and how contented the snake now must be having water after his thirst. And silently he watched everything. The poet was standing and watching how the snake drank water after he was thirsty into his slack long body. लंबा बॉडी जो है उसका स्नेक का, उसके अंदर पानी धीरे 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 कैसे जा रहा है. The poet was watching. Someone was before me at my water trough. Again he is saying that I am waiting, someone is before me, मेरे से पहले लाइन में कोई है, someone is before me water trough के पास, and I like a second comer waiting. आप लोग भी लाइन में कहीं जाते हैं कुछ काम से, बैंक है या कहीं है मेडिकल शॉप में, तो वेट करते हैं जब आपका टर्न आए तब काम होगा। ऐसा नहीं है कि जाके पहले मुझे चाहिए। तो उसी तरह से यहाँ ये भी सेकंड कमर की तरह पोएट भी रुका हुआ है। एंड यहाँ पे मज़े की बात कौन है कि फर्स्ट कमर कौन है? स्नेक है। स्नेक को इतनी अहमियत दी जा रही है, स्नेक वहाँ पे जाके पानी पी रहा है एंड द पोएट इज़ वेटिंग फॉर हिज टर्न। कब वो स्नेक पानी पी के जाता है तो मैं भी पानी लूँगा वहाँ से जाके। तो समवन वॉज बिफोर मी एट माई वाटर ट्रॉफ, मेरे ही वाटर ट्रॉफ के पास कोई पहले से वहाँ मौजूद है। एंड आई एम वेटिंग फॉर माई टर्न, एंड आई लाइक अ सेकेंड कमर, मैं दूसरा हूँ उस वहाँ पे जाने के में मेरा नंबर दूसरा है। सो आई एम वेटिंग, आई एम just waiting for my turn. He lifted his head from his drinking as cattle do, and looked at me vaguely as drinking cattle do, and flickered his two-forked tongue from his lips and mused a moment. यहाँ पे vaguely you can see two words which I thought that it would be difficult for you, so I have written the meanings. Vaguely, it is not clearly, means it is in vague. If we say that something is in vague, मतलब clear नहीं है, साफ नहीं है. And mused मतलब thought for a moment, थोड़ा सा सोचे. तो he lifted his head from his drinking as cattle do. Must have seen, you have cattle, मवेशी आपके आसपास या घरों में होते हैं. When they drink water, if you give them water to drink, they drink, and then they sometimes look up at you also, look up around that is someone going to disturb. Because of their carefulness, they think that if they are drinking water and someone will attack, so to be safeguarded from others, they time to time lift up their head and see around. If you are standing there, they will look at you. If you are not standing there, they will look around that if anybody is there or not. So like that only, he lift his head from drinking as cattle do. Like cattle, when they lift up their head from drinking water, then they lift their head and see just sideways, and then again they start drinking. Like that the snake was also doing, and looked at me vaguely. And the snake sometimes looked at the poet also. See how this, you can say this is very sarcastic way, that the snake is looking at the poet and the poet is waiting. So the snake looked at the poet also vaguely, not very clearly, because he was busy in drinking. This shows that the snake was very thirsty, and this also shows that the poet is so kind hearted. He has a respect for even the smallest creature around him. And looked at me vaguely, and as drinking cattle do, likewise the cattle look at you, the snake also looked at the poet, and flickered his two forked tongues from his lips. You must have seen the tongue of the snake. स्नेक का जब वो मुंह खोलते हैं तो जीभ अगर आपने ध्यान दिया होगा तो उनका बिल्कुल फोर्क जैसा होता है, जैसे दो ऐसे फोर्क जैसा निकला होता है, एक जीभ है उसमें से दो पार्ट्स बीच में लगता है कि डिवाइडेड है, उस तरह का उनका जीभ होता है, उसको कहते हैं फोर्क टंग, FORKED, फोर्क टंग बोलते हैं. तो एंड फ्लिकर्ड, वो फ्लिकर्ड मतलब हिलाना, जैसे लौ अगर दिया जल रहा है, कैंडल जल रहा है, तो जब थोड़ा हवा चलता है तो वो उसका जो लौ है, उसका फ्लेम है, कैसे हिलता है थोड़ा थोड़ा, तो उसी तरह से ये स्नेक का जो टंग है वो फ्लिकरिंग हो रहा था, थोड़ा थोड़ा ऐसे इधर उधर हिला रहा था स्नेक फ्रॉम हिज लिप्स, एंड म्यूज्ड अ मोमेंट, ऐसा लग रहा था कि हिला रहा है और फिर कुछ सोच रहा है. क्या सोच रहा था पता नहीं, लेकिन लग रहा था कि देखिए आप पिक्चर में भी देख सकते हैं कैसे वो लग रहा है कि आपको देख रहा है स्नेक और अपना टंग निकाले हुए है. सो बी केयरफुल, देखिएगा ध्यान से. And stooped and drank a little more, being earth brown, earth golden, from the burning bowels of the earth, on the day of Sicilian July, with Etna smoking. यहाँ पे hard words are stooped. Stooped means to bend your head and shoulders forward and downward, मतलब झुकना, आगे की ओर झुकना, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड स्टूप्ड। और सिसिलियन जुलाई विथ एटना स्मोकिंग, ये एक तरह से एक ये यहाँ पे दिखाने का ये है कि वेरी एक्सट्रीम हीट लाइक द वन कॉज विथ एटना इरप्टेड। एटना एक वोल्केनो, बहुत ही सिसली में बहुत ही एक्टिव वोल्केनो इरप्शन हुआ था, तो वही उसी का यहाँ पे एग्जाम्पल है। तो लेट्स सी द लाइन्स वंस अगेन। एंड स्टूप एंड ड्रैंक अ लिटिल मोर, और वो क्या किया, द स्नेक ही स्टूप मतलब वो झुका, एंड फिर से पिया। ही लुक्ड एट द पोएट, पोएट को देखा, और फिर से वो स्टार्टेड ड्रिंकिंग वाटर, फिर से थोड़ा और पानी पिया। उसका कैसा था वो देखने में, हाउ वॉज इट, बीइंग अर्थ ब्राउन अर्थ गोल्डन फ्रॉम द बर्निंग बॉबल्स ऑफ द अर्थ। वो अर्थ कलर का था, थोड़ा ब्राउन था, थोड़ा गोल्डन था, थोड़ा, और कहाँ से निकला था, वेयर हैड ही कम फ्रॉम द fissures in the earth, from the holes, or burning bubbles because it was too hot. The earth was everything was burning with heat. There was the heat in the earth also, and so because of heat and because of the excessive summer, the snake had come out just to quench his thirst because he felt thirsty. On the day of Sicilian July with Etna smoking. So Sicilian July, Sicily, when the poet is writing, had been writing this poem, he was in Sicily, and it was the month of July. So that's why he has written, on the day of Sicilian July, it is a day of July, and with Etna smoking. The Etna, it is a volcano, it is an active volcano which had been erupted and was heavily smoking. So one side it is summer, the second point is that it is, of course it is summer and it is July, and the most important or most highlighting point is that the volcano has erupted recently and it was smoking. So there are lots of reasons why this is summer and why it is excessive heat. So human being is very much affected by the summer, but the small creatures also, like the snake or lizard or whatever the animals are around us, they are also affected with the excessive heat. So the snake could not stop himself from coming out, and you can see it was so thirsty that seeing a human being, generally the snakes crawl away. They just you must have noticed that a snake does not harm us unless and until we harm them. If we try to hit them with anything, then only they come and they want to bite. Otherwise the snakes don't want to bite, they just go on their own way. So here the snake is so thirsty that he is seeing the poet and still he is not running away. He wants to have water, he wants to quench his thirst. अपनी प्यास को बुझाना चाहता है, पानी पीना चाहता है, इसीलिए वो पोएट को देख के भी भागा नहीं है। इतनी ज़्यादा गर्मी है, जैसे एटना स्मोकिंग, वो जिस तरह से वोल्केनो इरप्शन हुआ, ज्वालामुखी फटा, और उसके बाद की जो गर्माहट गर्मी थी, उसको देखते हुए लग रहा था कि एनिमल्स भी अपने आप को रोक नहीं पाए फ्रॉम कमिंग आउट ऑफ द होल्स टू ड्रिंक वाटर. द वॉइस ऑफ माई एजुकेशन सेड टू मी, ही मस्ट बी किल्ड, फॉर इन सिसिली द black snakes are innocent, the gold are venomous. And voices in me said, if you were a man, you would take a stick and break him now and finish him off. Always you must have heard, yeah, you know that there are two voices inside us. One is the negative voice and one is the positive voice. Sometimes when we are not able to decide anything, we have difficulty in taking some decisions regarding anything, you can hear your inner voice saying something else and your mind saying something else, and then again it is very difficult for us to decide or to make sure which one we have to follow, our inner voice or the voice means the positive voice or the voice which is saying okay चलता है, चलो कर लेते हैं, this or the positive one that the mind is instructing you. So दो तरह का आवाज़ हमेशा हमारे एक अंतर्मन का होता है, एक बाहरी मन का होता है. तो likewise here also the poet is feeling that the voice of my education said to me, he thought that whatever till now he has heard and learned from his family, from the society, that when you see a poisonous snake, you have to kill it. The poet till now he has learnt this, till now he has a mindset that whenever a snake is being seen or a snake is you see a snake around you, you have to just smash it, you have to kill it. But for in Sicily, the black snakes are innocent, the gold are venomous. Or in Sicily, where the poet is at present while writing this poem, black snakes were known or were taken as they were innocent, they were non-poisonous. So people did not kill them, they just let them go. And the golden snakes or the brown or golden colored snakes, they were supposed to be venomous, they were supposed to be poisonous. And the voices in me said, and again a voice in him is saying, his inner voice is saying, if you are a man, you are a real man or a courageous man, तुम एक अगर इंसान हो, you take a stick, एक डंडा लो and break him now, उसके अभी उसको मार डालो, ख़त्म कर दो उसे. तो उसे अंदर से मतलब फीलिंग एक डर, एक मन में दो तरह की आवाज़ें आ रही थी कि अगर ऐसा स्नेक, वो उसने ऐसा स्नेक देखा था, इट वाज पॉइजनस, तो ही वाज थिंकिंग टू किल हिम और नॉट टू किल हिम. तो देयर वाज अ डुअल फाइट ऑफ थॉट्स इन हिज माइंड. वो सोच रहा था कि मैं मारूं ना मारूं, समझ नहीं आ रहा था. तो दिस इज़ अ few stanzas of the poem, and hope you have understood it nicely. Or today don't get afraid while if you see any snake, or I will not say that you just leave him to drink water. Also be careful, don't go and stand near that snake like the poet did. आप जाके खड़े मत हो जाना उसको पानी पीते हुए देखने के लिए. So read the poem once again with you on your own, and we will do the rest of the poem in the next class. Till then, keep reading.